I still can't believe the Knicks did not win Game 5 to move on to the second round last night. I mean, how is it possible that a team could take a 6-point lead with under 30 seconds to go and then lose the game? The answer? I've got 2 words for you. Tyrese frickin' Maxey, who came off this Embiid screen to get Robinson off his feet, hurl himself into the oncoming defender, and actually hit this incredible shot. While he did launch himself into the defender a little, Robinson is also drifting right into him, so the foul call was good. The problem was that Maxey clearly traveled before any contact was made. He picks up his dribble with the left foot on the floor. The next step by rule is the pivot foot, which he then slides into a new position on the floor before jumping. This wouldn't have been a game-affecting play had Josh Hart not choked the first free throw or had the Knicks then fouled when up by 3. Now, my rule is to take the foul when under 10 seconds, and we can see Tibbs signaling to foul, but Maxey pulls exactly at the 10-second mark quickly from way downtown, and Cole ties this game and sends it into overtime. I've been intrigued by the battle of the point guards in the series since their box score output is remarkably similar. That said, the way they've been attacking is decidedly different, with Brunson relying on himself most of the time to create shots, while Maxey has done a good job playing off the gravity of Joel Embiid. In fact, it was through that lens that I focus on what happens with Maxey's defender when the ball is entered into Joel in the post. What I quickly realized is how willing the Knicks are to leave Maxey when he's one pass away to double Embiid. I've been telling anyone who will listen for years that you shouldn't do this off a good shooter, since the pass back is too easy to make and the risk of a wide open shot too great. And yet, I continually found Tibbs utilizing the strategy, and the easy pass back out makes it simple to create open 3-point shots. What the defense is trying to do is rotate a third defender from the weak side to contest the shot, but each time they tried this, they either couldn't get there in time, or Brunson's man would just try and turn around and get to the shot. Neither of these things are really possible to do, considering the ball travels much faster through the air than a player can move their body around the court. On this one, Josh Hart tried to sneak in from behind to the high post, and Maxey patiently waits, knowing Hart will never get back to him in time to contest his shot. Maxey shot 4 for 9 on threes when this happened, and even on the misses, you can see how OG's rotation is late, and when he goes for the fake, that's as wide open of one as he's going to see in the series. Here's the best example of what the Knicks want to do in order to rotate and stay with Maxey off the double in the post, as Brunson harasses him into a tough shot going to his right, a harder thing to do for righties. And the reason why you might not see Precious Achiuwa much of the rest of the series is because he struggles with this. Both Tibbs and Hart imploring him to do his rotation, which is so late that Maxey can lick his thumb and check the wind, he's so open, but can't knock it down. This one's a little different since there was a severe mismatch on the high post, but credit to Tibbs' defensive principles that Brunson at least recognizes the proper rotation, even if he was way late, but Maxey misses it. And here's another example where the distance covered is simply too great for any player to rotate to, and I would expect Nick Nurse to get a lot more left block post-ups with Maxey entering it to Embiid. Oh, and it doesn't just yield wide open 3-pointers. When Harris dives to the rim, it pulls OG in, making him late to close out as Maxey takes advantage. However, his finishing at the rim is extremely inefficient for someone who drives as much as he does. And one reason is that he gets too focused on creating contact with his defender rather than making the actual shot. And in this series, it's basically prison rules, so you better not rely on that whistle blowing. The Sixers just need to be careful with their weak side spacing, since the cut by Oubre and then screen by Harris takes away the lane and Maxey is forced into a crazy hard shot. But when they get that spacing right, even when the ball gets a little loose, you can still see how Maxey can put the defense in severe distress with his drive and then dish for a key dunk late in Game 5. There are a few too many turnovers from Maxey than I'd like to see, and I'd love to see him take care of his balls a little better, and the best way to do that would be to slow down, read the floor, and use Manscaped. With their new Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, it has everything you need to look and feel as good as Jalen Brunson does on the court. If you want to get your balls into the basket, they've got to be well kept, and their dual skin safe blade heads provide an unparalleled level of trimming from the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. While the trimmer blade features longer, wider, and rounded teeth that cuts through hair with ease, it's incredibly gentle on the skin. But here comes the real showstopper, the foil blade. Crafted to transcend the boundaries of your typical trim with the trimmer blade, this foil blade is designed to leave you with a finish that's irresistibly sleek and utterly bare. I love the bigger LED light that illuminates the hard-to-reach areas so they're ready for their close-up. The rechargeable weed whacker means you'll never have to leave the house with ear or nose hair sticking out, and because it's waterproof, cleaning is easy. Right now, with my code BBALL, I can get you 20% off your order and 2 free gifts. Some of the most comfortable boxers I've ever worn, and a travel bag to keep all your Manscaped products safe and handy, which is what Brunson does while running the Knicks offense, where he's got 2 things on his mind: the pick and roll with Embiid defending, or straight isolating with impeccable footwork and tough shot making ability. Of course, we know Embiid can barely move out there with his knee injury, and they've been relentless targeting him by bringing the screen up as high as possible. That way, Brunson can get ahead of steam and either straight beat him to the basket or use his body to protect the ball and draw fouls on the Philly big man. They'll catch Embiid dropping very far into the paint, and that's when Brunson will light them up from downtown. They can generate an open 3 whenever they catch Embiid dropping, since Hartenstein and Robinson set good screens that remove Brunson's defender from the equation. But considering Brunson is averaging twice as many points as the next highest scorer on the Knicks, it's not surprising that we saw 14 possessions in Game 5 where the Sixers sent an extra defender at him. The Knicks are well prepared, and their main action is to flash the 2 guard to the nail, as Josh Hart finds himself all alone because Embiid can't step up too high without conceding the lob to Hartenstein. Here it is again with Hart leaking to the free throw line as the outlet. Brunson opts to give OG a chance, and he does get right into the middle of the lane, but Lowry runs right in there to pry the ball loose, and while they do generate a dunk attempt, Embiid is there to swat it away. One reason we got the Deuce McBride game is because of the double teaming of Brunson. Robinson at the nail isn't a viable passing option, so he again goes to the wing, and this gets McBride a wide open look that he misses long. However, they keep possession after the rebound. Maxey was willing to dare the rookie to make a play when he helped towards the middle of the floor. This allowed a long closeout to attack, and when Brunson's man has to stop the ball at the dotted line, Brunson is sprinting the line for a good look from deep. And when you double this aggressively, this high on the floor, the short roll to the middle will be open. It's just a matter of who you want to make the play. Deuce gets to the 3-point line open and lets it rip. And on this crucial 4th quarter play, Kelly Oubre simply cannot be above the 3-point line, worried about Josh Hart when the double is sent. Now there's no one underneath who can get there in time, and he should have ended the game with this jumper. With Embiid's injury, we just don't know who is going to show up for Game 6. The dominant 50-point scorer that kept them in the series, or the guy who couldn't break 37% from the field the past 2 games and struggled to defend. That's why it's the matchup of point guards that I think will ultimately determine the series. Right now, Brunson has a significant edge in field goal percentage at the rim, but Maxey's 3-point percentage gives him the overall advantage. However, holding a 3-1 edge in a 7-game series along with home court advantage means I've got to go with the Knicks pulling this out.